A little bit about the sequencers. They are very complex. I can't explain everything for you, I think. But the most important is they are really optimized for live use and optimized for live use for musicians who do improvised stuff, who are part of sessions, who really want to be able to do a lot of stuff spontaneously at the moment. It's not for planned live acts. People who are searching for a planned sequencer for a planned live act won't be happy with it because it doesn't have storage. It's really just for the moment. This step sequencer is like an analog step sequencer, but for MIDI. It has two 8-step patterns, A and B. You can chain the patterns to get a 16-step patterns, but you can also change between the patterns as alternatives. You can normally change it at the end of the synth line, but with a jump button you can jump around in the middle of the sequence, but you never lose synchronization. The whole tool, it's very important for live use. Everything can be adjusted while it's running. You never have to stop the clock. And another thing we can see here, it's very good. The buttons are very good. That's important for live musicians, that you really can have fast programming. And normal step sequencers, you set the steps with those buttons, adjust the pitch by those pods. You can copy one pattern to the other. You can set different note lengths. Now every note is the same length. If you take a step like this, now you have a note that is three steps long. That's the basic function of this sequencer. Then you can adjust everything while it's running without a break. Can adjust the first step, the last step. You can adjust the clock divider from 32th over 16th, 8 and dotted notes up to full notes if you do long ambient stuff or stuff like this. You can adjust the velocity. All the settings are global, so not step per step. It's for the whole sequence that you can be fast during live performance. The velocity has one special mode where it uses random numbers for velocity to get a little bit playing of the machine itself. Lowest note you can transpose with different octaves. The range you can adjust if the pitch running one turn is 1 octave or 2 or 3 up to all the 128 MIDI notes. And the lowest thing is everything is playing the same note, but you use the pods to adjust the pitch bend. This is very cool because you get sequences like you know it from analog stack sequencers that are not quantized in half-tone steps. So you can make those sequences where the tones are always a little bit in between the tuning, and that makes a lot of what we are used to know from analog step sequencers. Gate length is adjusted, and it has a special mode where you have the possibility, it's monophonic and it's monotimbral, so only one track, one voice. But if you have a synthesizer that has more than one voices, you can use like a chord memory function that is programmed. You have go in the menu for the chords, and it's the same tone, doesn't play a second tone, and now you can adjust in half-tone steps how far away from the ground tone the second tone should be. And you can do that with two tones, chord 1 and chord 2. So you are able to really do like chord memory sequences, shifting the chord forward and backward.